So Cindy had a great question after class tonight about relaxing her head in downward facing dog. And this is a challenging thing for a lot of folks. I'm guessing, knowing her body and knowing a lot of your bodies, a lot of it's coming from tension in the upper traps. So that's that big kite muscle on your back. Comes from all the way down here, all the way up to here. And the upper traps, we're talking particularly about the traps on your shoulders. So you know that place where people squeeze your shoulders and you go, oh, that feels so good? That's what we're talking about. So if you lift your arms up, turn your palms towards the sky, it's a little bit like you're in downward facing dog. One thing you want to think about is pulling those muscles down. So your shoulders are coming down away from your ears. And then you also want to think about broadening the shoulders, like you're spreading the shoulder blades or spreading the armpits. And do this without bending your elbows. So just out to the side. You should feel super strong right around here. As you do that, then you can start to stretch those upper traps a little bit here by reaching the crown of your head, right where you had the soft spot when you were a baby, towards your thumbs. And when you do that in downward facing dog, you get this delicious stretch all the way down the neck and out to the edges of your shoulders. So you're getting all of that upper trap stretched out, and it'll become easier to relax your head. So it looks a little bit like this. Sometimes it's nice to have an extra visual. We're pulling the shoulders away from the ears towards the hips, broadening the armpits and the shoulder blades, and then reaching the crown of the head towards the thumbs. Another option when you come into your downward dog is to shake your head a few times to remind the neck that it can relax a little bit here. Ideally, in most dogs, we're using them as transition, so we don't really want to completely relax the head. We want the head ready for movement, but we want to be able to have the ability to relax the head for those longer holds, and just so we can let go of that darn neck tension. Now, in our discussion after class, there was another suggestion from Brian. Thank you for this one. This is a great way to work with your downward facing dog as well. Not just for releasing the neck, but also finding that broadness through the shoulders too. And it's working with a little rotation in the shoulders. So what you're doing is you're turning the eyes of your elbows forward. So that's the inside of your elbow. You'll notice you can turn them so that they face each other, or you can turn them so they begin to face forward. You can start to practice this on all fours. It becomes a little bit easier. And you'll see I'm doing this rotation without moving my hands. So my hands aren't flipping in and out. I'm just creating that rotation. I know I have that rotation in downward dog when I bend the elbows, and those elbows bend towards my toes. So it's that same kind of bend you get when you're in chaturanga. This broadens those shoulders in the way that I was talking about, but it also helps give you a little bit more stability if you, depending on what your tightness is in your shoulders. So that's another thing that you can work with here to begin to find more neck release in your downward facing dog. I hope those are some good ideas for you. If you're having trouble getting them or you need some more ideas, let me know. I'd love to geek out about it, and I can give you all kinds of different things to explore. We can talk about your particular situation in a private session as well.